She stole time. She walks by, and then I say, will I find a sign of joy, a sign today, guided me. She walks by, and then she walks by, and then I fall across my home, and then I sold to make fires if that I call. Will I find the sign of joy, the sign today, and guided me, guided me. She walks by, and then I fall. So low down that I'll miss the mold of our memory lane. Dreaming, dreaming for the quayside of my sea. And the yellow street lampshade that streets ring of reminiscent bliss. Through the yellow dust of the soul Paris. She stole time, she stole time. She walks by, and then I fall. Will I find, will I find a sign of joy, a sign today, guided me, guided me. She walks by, and then she walks by, and then she walks by, and then I fall.
Not right, is it?
This fantastic show. We are on the Now Festival 2021. I hope you've had a really good time yesterday, because we are going to do it all over again.
It's not coming on. Go.
Yay! How are you all doing? This is 2021 Now Festival. We are on the second day. We hope that you've had a fantastic time. Don't forget to put all of your information on our Twitter feed.
Yeah.
And on the Instagram and on the Now Festival website. All of that, isn't it? All right. So we've got something really special for you today, and I'm just going to start off by telling you, my name is Tony Neiman, and this is...
I'm Kate.
None other than Kate. I've been kicked off with Lee, so I'm just here with Kate. She's got to put up with me for today, and we're going to start off by saying something about the Now Festival. Ain't no stopping the now.
Best.
Where I move. Oh yes, we
2021,
are.
night
2021. Yeah, that's it. All right. So what we got planned for today? First and foremost, we want to find out what numbers you are. Numbers from 1 to 10. I hope there aren't many number ones down there, but it's fine if you are. Kate, let me ask you, what number are you?
I am super excited after an amazing night last night. Can't wait for night 2, so I am definitely a big 10.
A big 10, and I am feeling a number 8. What numbers are you? Put that down in the chat, and we'll put that on there. So what I'm going to be doing today, or what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be handing over, aren't we? Who are we handing over to, Kate?
I think we've got a couple of really important messages from Steve Reddy.
Steve Reddy, are you ready, Steve?
Councillor Thomas Logan.
Ready, Steve? And Thomas Logan. That could be round the other way, couldn't it be? He could be Logan Thomas, but it's not. He's Thomas Logan and Steve Reddy, and we hope that you're ready.
Hi, this is Steve Reddy, Director of Children and Young People Services at Liverpool City Council. I just wanted to talk about the Now Festival. I've been going to that for the last couple of years and been really impressed with the quality of the performances and the amazing commitment and dedication of the performance. I know this year is a virtual event, but I know our colleagues involved will ensure it's a massive success as usual. During the last 18 months, the pandemic has had a massive impact on everyone, and I know that our children and young people in the city have been so proud of the way they've dealt with it. But we know that children's mental health and well-being has been really challenged during the pandemic. So it's so important that we're talking about mental health. With lots of groups of young people and UNICEF, we've been developing a plan to make Liverpool a child-friendly city, and children's mental health and well-being is an absolute key priority as part of that work. Thank you.
Welcome to Liverpool's 6th Now Mental Health Festival. I'm Councillor Thomas Logan. I'm the Cabinet Member for Education, Employment and Skills. It's fantastic to see that a global pandemic could not stop this amazing event. And it's amazing to be able to hear the voices and see the faces of so many inspiring young people. The powerful performances on show tonight are a brilliant demonstration of the resilience that children and young people can show in the face of adversity. The mental health and well-being of young people is a great concern, and tonight is about listening to their voices and hearing their experiences and how they have responded to the COVID pandemic. We all need to play our part in supporting children and young people. Their mental health is everyone's business, particularly as we embark upon our road to recovery.
Hi everyone, welcome back to night 2 of the Now Fest. I'm Lee and this is...
Hi, I'm Sophie. Welcome to night 2 of our wonderful festival today.
And we can't wait for you to see what's on the show tonight. But one thing we want to mention is last night we received loads of amazing comments from all of you at home or at school. We want to see the same again tonight because actually we're collecting all of your comments and we want to post them all at a later date so you can see what people think about the festival. So again, at the bottom of the screen, you can go to that link, or in the top corner, you can see a QR code. So if you just get your phone out, go to the camera and hover it over the QR code, it should come up with a link. So you can interact with us, and if you want any shout outs throughout the evening, tell us who you want to shout out to, and we will give you a good old shout out. So what's next, so?
Okay, guys, so we have our first film from St. Francis of Assisi, and their piece is called COVID TV. Now, this had me and Lee in belly laughs. They do The Price is What? They do Coronation Street, and they do, it's really fun, really light-hearted, and definitely one to get you laughing. So please play along with the games and the shows at home.
Fab. Now, St. Francis, what we do know is as they were working so hard, like all of the groups, to get their piece together, good old COVID has struck, and some of the young people had to isolate, but there's nothing stopping this group. They've pulled it out the bag. As Soph said, we were in tears laughing at it. And actually, it's okay to have a laugh at this time. I think we need it, don't we? The piece focuses on Article 15 of rights. So for all you young people out there, Article 15 is all around. Every child has got the right to meet with other children and to join groups and organisations as long as this does not stop other people from enjoying their rights. Now, what we know with the pandemic is actually it's been a bit hard, hasn't it, to meet up with mates? What did you do, Soph, during lockdown to find that sense of connection?
Well, I am a big gym goer. So for me, I actually did a lot of online gym sessions with my friends. We did online workouts and sort of we had our own little community. What about you?
I actually hosted a quiz night with my friends. I made us do fancy dress and I turned up as Cuban Pete in the mask.
Oh, nice. Fabulous.
So have a little chat. How did you connect with other people during lockdown? Let us know using the Padlet any creative ideas you had. And shall we go to St. Francis of Assisi?
Enjoy.
Welcome to Cover TV. In a very cruel twist of fate, some of our cast members had to self-isolate halfway through filming.
Therefore, there are some continuity errors we thought we should mention.
We thought that we should mention it now in case you thought you were, hallucinating.
But, just like true pandemic spirit, we adapted and found solutions instead of giving up.
We hope you enjoy.
It's quiet out in here, isn't it, Derek? Where is everyone?
Oh, I ain't noticed with fire in factory and an explosion in garage. It's been all going in.
Hey, Derek, do you think it might have something to do with the virus that's sweeping the globe?
Holy macaroni! What you doing? You're breaking rule 101 of the genre. You can't mention the outside world, alright?
Sorry, Derek, I should have remembered the time where everybody was going on about Brexit, and here on the street we never even let on it was happening.
What brings you into pub this time of day anyway, old Clive?
Truth be told, Derek, I'm trying to drum up the courage to break up with Rini. I need my own space, innit?
Oh, that's just terrible, isn't it? I thought you two were love's young dream.
It may be once upon a time, Derek, but she's changed. She don't want to come near me. She keeps going on about how I'm going to burst a bubble. I don't know what she's on about.
Mate, you're doing it again. Outside world, remember?
I'll never forget the first time I laid eyes on her.
a pinch of chip?
Anytime. Clive, I've got something to tell you.
Is it that you love me and you can't live me without me? I already know that.
Don't be a daft lummock.
What? How did this happen? We haven't even, you know, I'm 40.
What a glorious day! A day to bask in the rays streaming through the COVID clouds. Many people were unable to leave their houses due to government restrictions on shielding. So where better to escape then? To the garden! This is the life.
Wait, what are you doing in my garden? Bugger off or I'll call the police.
Do this! Quick! Grab the bags!
Wait, get back here!
Fresh air is so important for your mental health. Even if the sun's behind clouds, just being outside, hearing the birds, looking at the trees, listening to all the different sounds, even the traffic, it just makes you feel so, I don't know, connected. And nothing connects people like a pandemic.
I stayed connected by playing online with my mates, and that was fine for a while, but sometimes they just drop out and disappear. That just, it's not normal. It doesn't happen in real life, does it?
We met our mates online. We're just not the same, is it? I usually hated going to the park, but I really looked forward to that 1 hour every day when we could just go out and have a kickabout.
So, if you can escape to your garden, you're lucky to have that space. If you can escape to the park, you're lucky to have that space. But sometimes the best place to escape to is your mind, where anything's possible and the future is ours to write.
This is a public service announcement. How not to wear your mask.
What hits me is
What? I can't breathe with it over my nose.
Yeah, I am being careful. I'm wearing my mask properly. Bye, Mum.
Do you like my headband? It's really nice.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm being safe, wearing my mask.
Good evening all, and welcome to The Price is
What?
This evening, we take a look at how much everyday items went up in the pandemic. And tonight's star prize is
a year's supply of toilet roll.
Let's meet our contestants.
Hi, I'm Bob, and I like romantic meals and long walks in the countryside.
This is my dating show. Hi, I'm Sam.
Hi, I'm Tony. This is my pal John. We work at a car dealership together. He's the manager.
Yeah, we also, we live in an apartment together, don't we? You owe me 6 months of rent.
Not the point, John. Not
2-pack? 4-pack? 6-pack?
Are we talking economy, quilted, 2-ply, 3-ply? We need details!
I believe it was a bog standard 2-ply 6-pack. Get it? Bog standard? Aha!
I'm going £2.50.
I don't know, you have to remember, a lot of people lost their tiny little minds last year.
We're going to say 2,000, final answer.
What? Now you're just being ridiculous.
Maybe you could meet in the middle?
Okay, we're going for £1,000. This is just crazy.
Let's see if you're right. Did somebody pay £1,000 to spend a penny last year?
A man in New South Wales sold a single Woolworths home brand 2-ply roll with butterfly imprint for a staggering $1,000 in April 2020. Despite this frankly ridiculous sale price, he told an Australian news website that it was a legit eBay listing.
It's true. It seems that down under they were worrying about their down unders. Which product sold more units than bottled water last year? Was it A, flour, B, pasta, or C, hand sanitizer?
I mean, I did spend a lot of money on hand sanitizer last year. But, you didn't spend on rent, did you? Why don't you and the rent just go get a room, John? Go get a room!
Maybe with the
Go get a room! Go get a room!
Correct. Hand sanitizer sales have jumped 600% in 2020. And the global market is expected to reach a staggering $7.32 billion by 2027. Takes all sorts, folks. Congratulations, you're on a roll. Get it? Toilet roll. You win
a year's supply of hand sanitizer.
Thank you so much. This is going to make such a difference. I could probably sell this and get back the rent money that I was owed.
Yeah, so much of a difference. Sharon, honey, bring the car around.
My wife and my car.
Yeah, I'm a scumbag, John. You should have known that before. Thanks for this, dude.
I'm going to start a lawsuit against you.
Clive, I've got something to tell you.
Is it that you love me and you can't live without me? I already know that.
Don't be a daft lummock.
What? How did this happen? We haven't even, I'm 40.
I'm not pregnant, Clive.
Wait, what is it then?
I've smuggled a load of pasta out corner shop.
It's not easy to get hold of these days. Everyone's stockpiling it.
Hey, Irene, you know we ain't supposed to talk about the outside world.
Oi, you!
Hey, don't you come any closer without a mask on. You're infringing my human Watsons.
Can't we talk about this? I know you're desperate, but my only scene today involves me selling a large bag of pasta to the street charge film. They're my props, please.
Yeah, I'm here now. Hang on. Hi. Excuse me. The director said he wants a word. Something about vandalism, apparently.
Don't you mean theft?
No. He said something about breaking the fourth wall and don't they know the rules?
Good evening, welcome to News at 10. I'm Valerie Kay, your host for tonight. Now for the headlines, daily COVID update, and with Caitlin on how children have been uprooted over the last 18 months due to COVID-19. Now to look at the data. In the last 24 hours, there's 10,168 new cases of coronavirus, with 15 deaths. With recent developments of COVID vaccines, there is hope for keeping death rates down in the coming months, but fears that this will rise again with new variants. Many school trips and activities are being cancelled again, and once more it looks like this generation of young people are really feeling deprived of their liberties. Caitlin has been asking children how they have been affected during the pandemic. Now to you, Caitlin.
Thanks, Val. As society looks to rebound from COVID-19, the ideas and resources we need to cope will be different from before. How will people change and grow in the wake of the pandemic? Now to see what life was like through a child's point of view, we asked some young people how they coped through the pandemic.
How has your life changed in the last 18 months?
My life changed because when I before I used to be so lonely and my family used to scream all the time at me and I felt so isolated. And now when I talk to someone, I'll mainly go to my friends, maybe my mom because I trust her the most, but I'll go to my friends and just talk to them and they help me out. And sometimes I feel like for me, friends can be more blood than anyone else, to be honest.
If you could take one positive from the last 18 months, what would it be?
Getting back into school and being able to study again, because the last 18 months home learning has been really hard, and it's just really hard to understand things online, and we haven't been able to see our friends because seeing them online is different.
What or who has helped you the most during lockdown?
I think that my friends and family have helped me the most because I was in a dark place when lockdown started to kick in because I was alone, but then my friends started helping me out because we would have FaceTimes, and my family would help me out because we would have family dinners and actually talk about our issues instead of keeping it inside ourselves.
If you could take one positive from the last 18 months, what would it be?
I think the main positive is I haven't been having to wake up and go to school, and I've had a lot more time to reflect and do anything, and I've developed a lot more hobbies, and I've just had a lot more time to find out who I am without having to wake up and do stuff really early and go to school. It's been a tough time for everyone, I think, but I feel like we've got through it, and when we've pushed through it, it's made us a better person altogether.
Oh, sorry, we're back. That was fantastic. I thought that was brilliant. I can't wait for the next episode of Coronation Street. That is fantastic. I tell you what, it puts my dad jokes to shame. It really does. Do you know what? Just the other day, I was told by a primary school. They said to me, Tony, do you know how snowmen get to school? Do you know how snowmen get to school?
No, Tony, how does snowman get to school?
Bicycle. Anyway, that's enough from me. It's enough from me. That was absolutely brilliant. St. Francis of Assisi. I probably need to talk to you about my joke telling as well.
Yeah, please help Tony with the comedy factor. He needs help.
Excellent. Okay, so we've got a whole load of shout-outs coming on. And I'm going to hand over to you, Kate. Who are we shouting on?
Thanks, Sal. Just want to say a big shout out to all the gang from St. Francis City. Absolutely love yous. I can see yous all. There's so much love out there for you tonight. If you're watching the comments, they're all loving your piece. So absolutely well done, guys. You've smashed it. Shout out to Venus. Hi, everyone.
Venus.
Terry and the Holly Lodge gang.
Oh, Terry and the Holly
Everyone.
Lodge, yes.
Noticed someone's still vibing from last night. We didn't want the virus. And I can't stop singing it either. So if you haven't seen that one, if you haven't seen that piece, please log on to the YouTube channel for Last Night's Pieces. That they can't be missed. We've also been seeing that there's a few tens out there already tonight.
Hey, good tens,
Nice
good
to
tens,
see.
big hands, big hands.
Nice to see. So glad to see that the amazing talent from our young people is boosting so many numbers. We are so proud already. St. Francis Assisi, what a start to tonight. So we are now going to introduce our next speaker.
Well, what's the next one? What's the next one? I can't wait. I can't wait. Right, who is it? Oh, yes. We're going to do the technology. Do you know what? It was about 5 years ago when we first started off. Is it friend or foe? So it's a little guest piece that's coming on here. Really hope that you enjoy it. And it's looking through the eyes of COVID.
Throughout the pandemic, the use of technology has been both a positive and a negative for children and young people.
Our studies have benefited from the use of the likes of Zoom, Google Classrooms and Teams, allowing us to take part in video-based lessons while engaging with our classmates and teachers. This really helped bring a sense of belonging during an unusual time.
This was supported by education-based software such as Shobi, which enables us to access learning materials to continue learning. I feel lucky that Mum supported me through homeschooling, and I couldn't have done it without her. But I know that she really struggled too. In the end though, we got through it together. But I just can't help but think of the young people that went through this.
Technology has enabled us to stay in contact, particularly during periods of lockdown, through connecting with our friends and family through Zoom quizzes, online gaming, TikTok challenges and FaceTime. This is important for reducing isolation and increasing our mental health and emotional well-being.
There are many positive platforms being promoted on social media, such as resilience challenges and acts of kindness, which have helped children and young people like me to become more resilient and to know where we can get support from with our mental health. However, just as there are as many positives to technology through COVID, there are equally as many negatives.
We've become reliant on it. Our screen time has increased significantly, and that's not just for learning. Socialising with friends has switched from face-to-face to group chats. But what about those people who don't have access to technology? How do I check in with them? How do I know whether my friend is coping with their depression?
We've spent more time online gaming, and even then it's not always with friends. In fact, many young people are playing with strangers, and some of these turn into genuine friendships, which has saved me from boredom many times. However, this could lead to many dangers, such as online grooming, cyberbullying, and child sexual exploitation.
Social media has always presented risks. There are loads of harmful and sometimes triggering content on it. Pro-eating disorder websites and pictures of perfect bodies on Instagram, Snapchat and other social media platforms are placing more pressure on young people to project a perfect image of themselves, which in turn lowers our self-esteem, increases our anxiety and low moods. My friends have told me about online counselling services like Kooth and Young Mind Crisis Messenger Service. She's benefited from this.
So, what do you think? Is technology a positive or a negative to your mental health? Get involved today by using the hashtag MyMentalHealthCovid-19.
Kooth is a free and anonymous mental wellbeing service that is available in Liverpool for young people aged 10 to 25. The service is completely text-based, meaning if young people would like to speak to one of our friendly counsellors or mentors about what's on their mind, it will be through one of two message-based platforms. They can jump into a live chat between midday and 10 p.m. on weekdays and 6 p.m. till 10 p.m. on the weekends, or they can choose to send us a message. Young people can do this every single day of the year, even Christmas Day. If they don't feel quite ready to speak to someone, we have a wealth of activities, digital magazine articles, and forums that they can access. Young people can also contribute their own magazine articles and forum topics too. Everything on our site is moderated to ensure all contributions on the site are safe and anonymous. There is no referral process needed for young people to access the service. They only need to go to Kooth.com and sign up. This usually takes around 5 minutes, and the only information that they need to provide is the area that they live, their gender, their ethnicity, and the year that they were born. Kooth also offers a range of free workshops for schools and services to support young people, including emotional resilience, anxiety and stress, and staying safe online. Additionally, we can also offer free staff training on the Kooth service and a variety of other sessions. If you would like some more information about Kooth in Liverpool, then please get in touch with us at liverpool@kooth.com.
Hi everybody. Couldn't speak there. So that guest performance was actually from our wonderful friends at Kitchen St Clive, who are a drama company, and we've done loads of work with them, so thank you for putting that on. And I think obviously the idea of technology, I know I've used technology a lot during lockdown, but it's just about us thinking, what would we have done without technology? So for me, my nana unfortunately got really poorly and did have COVID, and one way of us communicating with her is I actually bought her a Padlet. So we did like FaceTime and every day with her, and now she absolutely loves it. She can play music on it. So for her, technology has been amazing. So what we want from you guys is in the Padlet or in the comments, we would love you to tell us, how has technology helped you during this past year and a half? And I think the likes of Kooth and all these wonderful online services that can, increase our mental health. If you have used any of them, give us a thumbs up. But please let us know in the Padlet. So Lee, how did you use technology?
So I used it. So my mum actually lives 4 doors up from me. So usually we're in and out of each other's houses every day. So I use good old FaceTime, good old Facebook. I use WhatsApp to send her pictures of Alfie, who's 18 months. So it gave us that bit of a sense of connection rather than being in each other's houses. It's nice.
Perfect. So yeah, please put your comment in the little Padlet and I'll pass you over to Lee.
Fab. So next up we have Broad Square Primary School. So if you're out there, I want you to get excited because you worked really hard on your piece. I want to do a big shout out to our Rocket champions as well. And the Rocket course is all about training up resilience champions in primary schools. And Broad Square have been amazing at doing this. And a big shout out to Ben and Donna as well. And Broad Square actually engaged in a rap workshop with none other than our Tony. I've actually got a joke about a rapper.
Oh, have you? Let me hear your jokes.
So, what do you call a fish rapper?
I don't know. What do you call a fish rapper, guys?
Swim Shady.
Ooh! Yes,
did you like that, Tony? Did you like it? I also want to say, so as I've mentioned, our good old Tony is a rapper. If you would like a performance from our Tony this evening, a rap performance, in the comments, I want you to write, yo, yo, yo! And then he might come on the show. That rhymed.
Hey, that she's a poet and she didn't even know it.
Didn't. Broad Square, enjoy.
Streets are empty in my town. It's pandemic, we're in lockdown. Don't leave your bubble or there'll be trouble. Don't stray too far out the door. COVID has given us ups and downs. We won't let it make us frown. It is what it is, we'll get through this. This ain't gonna shake us, never gonna break us.
Effective self-image a lot on my chest. It's messing with my head, I just cannot rest. What can I do to get to my best? I know I can write a rap for Northwest. Screaming in my head, I can't fall asleep. And all I hear is bleep, bleep, bleep. I can't taste it all. I'm in space. I tell myself in a pandemic.
COVID got me thinking all night long. I am always blinking, playing ping pong. People are always thinking the bell goes ding dong. I can't stop blinking, playing FIFA all night long.
Streets
are empty, just like my self-esteem. The situation isn't going down easily. Everything is turned upside down since Mr. COVID came to town. But only for a couple of weeks until we can get loose and come out of our bubble. Hopefully there'll be no more of Mr. COVID's trouble.
I feel lonely. I am holy. I will fight with my fists closed, and I will defeat COVID. That's how it goes.
I hate the pandemic. It's making people sick. We have to use masks without people getting sacked. Here comes COVID. My mind hasn't loaded. We can get through this if we work together. This virus won't be here forever.
People say we need to focus on our health. We need to look after ourselves. What am I saying? Do I need to be fleeing?
Streets are empty in my town. It is pandemic, we're in lockdown. Don't leave your bubble or there'll be trouble. Don't stray too far, how bizarre. COVID has given us ups and downs. We won't let it make us frown. It is what it is, we'll get through this. This ain't gonna shake us, never gonna break us.
Wearing a mask isn't a bad thing. It's just that my true colours haven't been able to sing. What can I do to make myself feel better? I could get out and enjoy the fine weather.
If COVID's not what it seems, why is it so vividly portrayed within my dreams? The fear of understanding the world can maybe end. People are alone up in their mind. Your self-image is as full as it can be, so don't change anything because you're a shining star. I know self-image has been tough, but to stay in your bubble or be closed.
Going insane, feel you picking up and moving things inside my brain. Corona tries to make me have bad mental health, but we don't have the same soul.
I get these dreams when COVID can't be a thing, thinking of my image. Maybe it wasn't true, but I'm still acting cool. A quick reminder to put on sanitizer and take the vaccination that will cause us frustration. If you wear a mask, no need to be fearing. Flow so good, you can call me Ed Sheeran.
COVID is because of bats. Now we have to wear masks. All the tests and vaccines, at least now we can see family.
There is a new virus in town, it's making people frown. We have to use plastic visors and hand sanitizers. Getting my vaccination, lack of concentration. I'm not pessimistic, in fact I'm optimistic. COVID's got us down, but we can't continue to frown.
COVID-19 has ruined my routine, constantly keeping everything clean and no more ice cream. My family working from home is a bonus, and my only option is to focus on the illness.
COVID was bad, it was very sad. Wearing face masks, thinking of our past. It is what it is, we'll get through this. A frown on our face, but we will beat this. All we need to do is win this race. We overcome lockdown and we will do it again. COVID, you ain't gonna drive us insane.
In my town, it is pandemic, we're in lockdown. Don't leave your bubble or there'll be trouble. Don't stray too far, how bizarre. COVID has given us ups and downs. We won't let it make us frown. It is what it is, we'll get through this. This ain't gonna shake us, never gonna break us.
3, 2, 1, hit it!
COVID time with my family, putting a little bit of hope in me. COVID feels stuck in on a screen. I can't even play with my football team. I haven't been able to talk to my friends, except on the phone, it really depends. COVID time with my family, putting a little bit of hope in me. Through COVID I'm happy to be alive, but I belong back here alive. My attention makes me feel very safe, and the NHS is on the case. COVID time with my family, putting a little bit of hope in me. Always in my boring home, everything done on Google Chrome. I want to be back with my friends in school, then everything will be super cool. COVID time with my family, putting a little bit of hope in me.
Making myself suffer more.
It's getting serious on this track now.
Are we on the highest volume?
It is.
I didn't see any movement.
was absolutely brilliant. A big, big, big proud word up for all of you guys at Broad Square. Really proud of you. That was excellent to see a whole school of Rapaloonies. That's unbelievable. So it's just inspired me a little bit. So I've been pressured to do the yo yo yo.
Yo yo yo.
Yo yo yo. So we talk of resilience, but what does it mean? Being able to deal with whatever the scene, not giving up, not giving in, keeping your focus, determined to win, knowing which tool to use when we're under attack, not looking behind, but instead bouncing back. Your basic survival's the foundation that sets things taken for granted that we often expect, the place where we live, the food that we eat, the money we have, and the people we meet. Then to know who I am and how I fit in is the history of me and what's really within. Recognizing the people that shape who I am, respecting my friends, being part of the plan, to never stop learning because there's so much to see, to always be thankful for the investment in me. And so I'm able to use what I know, put the skills I have learned into practice to show that when there's a problem, I won't turn away, but I'm able to face it and know I'll be okay. Because resilience ain't just about me by myself. It's support built around my own mental health. Yeah, man. All right. Okay. So that was just a little bit of a Tony show, but it's not really a Tony show. This is all about the Now Festival 2021. So that was brilliant, Broad Square, and I think we've got a couple of shout outs to do. I know that I've got to say a big shout out to my little mate Ben, and you know, a little bit shy to do that little rap there, Ben, because you are the master. So a big shout out to you. Good to see you.
Just got to say, Broad Square, you brought the attitude tonight. You brought the enthusiasm. And again, so much love for you all out there. Super, super proud of you. What absolute rapping skills they were. Reckon you put Toby to shame, to be honest. Okay, so a few shout outs. We want to give a big shout out to Fakey Fruit. She is dying for us to give her a shout out. Or Tim or hers shout out. So big shout out to Fakey Fruit. Glad to see you so happy you're up there with the 10s. Also to Saskia, let us know what school you're from. We'd love to give your school a shout out. And Anestu as well. What school are you from? A big shout out to Wired Aerial Theatre. Thanks for joining us.
Brilliant.
Keeping all the White Pass gang. And we've already said our lovely Ben. So lovely to see you. Okay, are you ready for the next piece? I have got my popcorn ready. You are going to want to get yours ready because we are introducing our next piece, and it is Blue Coat School.
And we all have our conspiracy theories, don't we? We need to be sure about what the truth really is.
Hi, I'm James Wainwright, the creator of the film Tears, a narrative short that focuses on a group of friends trying to hold themselves together as the pandemic and subsequent lockdowns highlight the differences in their situations at home and threaten to tear them apart. Over the last year, I've spoken to a lot of people, young people, that have been badly affected by the pandemic, by the lockdowns and by the government's handling of both. So I decided to create this film to try and shed some light on this problem for young people and their mental health, and to show the variety of ways that it's impacting them. But through entering into this festival, I discovered that these stories are just the tip of the iceberg. And so I hope that now, together, we can start to do something about it. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Jake, and this was my best friend Ben. If you want to know how it all fell apart, where it all went wrong, we're going to need to go back a few months.
Good evening. The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades, and this country is not alone. All over the world, we're seeing the devastating impact of this invisible killer. And so, tonight, I want to update you on the latest steps we're taking to fight the disease and what you can do to help.
Oh, do you have Jessica's coming today?
Our mum's keeping her home. She's pretty worried.
Hey, look who decided to show up. Hey, Jake!
I'm sure you remember where you were.
when the first lockdown hit. Maybe you were in this exact situation. You see an old friend, but what handshake will they be comfortable with? Edward says he's here to protect his sister, but he's out the door the minute it looks like somebody's about to sneeze. So for him, I guess it'd be the classic elbow. Cassidy takes a clasp into a friendly hug. And as for Amy, given the chance, I'd kiss her right now. Anyway, where was I? Of course, Ben shoots straight from the hip. I know exactly what I'm in for.
Jay, good to see you.
You too, man, you too.
You're just in time.
In time for what?
Bojo's announcing something big.
I think school might close.
Mate, there's no way we'd ever get that lucky.
It's no joke. School closes and I'm done for. Jesus, we're going into total lockdown.
Lockdown?
Pubs, restaurants, everything closes. Schools too.
What?
We go home and we stay home.
For how long?
You can only go out once a day for exercise. There's something about a furlough scheme. You shouldn't meet up with anyone for any reason and you've got to stay 2 meters apart. It doesn't say how long for.
Wow, well I'll be the first to say it. This is awesome.
I'm sorry, awesome. I'm going to be stuck at home with this guy for God knows how long. Feels like I've just stumbled into the first of Dante's circles.
Very funny. Come on, Amy, we should go. You all should too.
Well, come on guys, stay a little longer, let's celebrate.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll only be a couple of weeks. Let's make the most of tonight.
Celebrate? Because you possibly want to celebrate right now. What's not to celebrate? No more school, no more Mrs. Fincher, no more chemistry test. Hakuna Matata.
Am I the only one taking this seriously? If our A-levels got pretty grades, I am finished.
Chill, Cass, it's only for a few weeks.
Not all of us are sat here on A stars and unconditional offers. That test was my chance to prove myself. Without that,
Okay, we're serious, but you need to chill out. This isn't helping anyone.
But then again, if you were as smart as you're tall, maybe you wouldn't do so badly.
It is now almost 2 months since the people of this country began to put up with
the highest numbers of COVID deaths in Europe,
the deepest economic downturn of our lifetimes,
is serial incompetence. The question on everyone's lips this morning is why?
Can we just get outside and meet girls? I mean, how else are we going to get
my homework in on time? This bloody laptop from school must have been when Henry VIII was crowned. This is
so unfair. My parents won't let me out of the house at all. They think they're all great because they're on the front line and everyone's clapping for them.
Yeah. At least she doesn't have a job to be fired from or we'd never hear the end of it.
Well, she's staying inside. That's more than can be said for some people.
That's awful.
Jake, me, you, town, tonight. I found this...
Dude, pandemic? Are you kidding me?
Well, suit yourself. Guess the B-man's going stag.
So sorry, miss, the connection's really poor. What do you want me to do?
Come out this weekend. It'll be epic.
Yeah, okay, but what if someone sees us?
You must.
Well, everyone's inside, so there's no one there to see us. Jeez, give me a...
Reason why this is a good idea.
Yeah, I know, but this boredom's killing me.
Jake, just listen to me. However bored you are, catching the virus is so much worse. Just stay inside, okay?
Come on, man. It's hanging out in the park. I'm not going to war. You're not scared like all the others, are you?
Okay, fine. I'll be there.
Now, all schools and further education colleges in England will be fully open from Monday. Secondary school students will be regularly tested using rapid lateral flow tests. In Scotland and Wales, some younger primary school children started to return today. Our education editor, Bramwell Jeffries, reports now from Merseyside.
Just 2 weeks more.
First day's always weird. Until you see someone in uniform, you feel like you might have got the wrong day, or that they're all playing a massive prank on you. Still, it'd be good to see everyone. Long time no see, you right?
Jake, is it true see that you went out with Ben during lockdown.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Is there a problem?
Nothing. I mean, you're putting us at risk though, needlessly. I mean, you know how much we've given up over the last few months, but hey, if it means you guys get to go out, then it was all worth it.
You know what? I need to listen to this.
You must stay at home. This invisible.
Hey, big man!
You must stay at home. This invisible.
It's us going out. They are really not happy about it.
I'm just jealous. Anyways, don't worry about them. You got me.
This invisible
Right.
is not alone. You must stay at home. This invisible killer is not alone. You must stay at home. This invisible killer is not alone.
You right, Amy? How's it going?
It's okay. Since lockdown happened, things have been pretty tough though. Like, I lost my job and I've been having to use all the money I've been saving for uni just for food and travel to school.
Oh, that's terrible. I had no clue. Anyway, Ben is throwing a little study party on Saturday, and I've got a +1. Do you want to come with me?
Is that really what you wanted to talk to me about? You just don't get it, do you? You're so wrapped up in yourself. You don't even notice what's happening to your friends, let alone the pandemic that's happening outside.
So I guess that's a no then. Oh, Ben.
Ah, Jake! You won't believe the rules these jokers are making up. We're not having any of that nonsense this weekend. Just party people with good times. Excited?
That's what I've come to talk to you about.
Can I work this? There should be another tournament next month. What? Do you know how long we've been preparing for this?
I know. But it's serious. So let's go to the phone too. Yeah, everyone's got a phone.
Whatever.
Come on.
Cancel the tournament. Still, got the party next month.
Mask on, please.
Idiots.
That's what I've come to talk to you about. I really do not think it's a good idea for us to be having a party this Saturday now.
Not a good idea.
When I suggested it to Amy, she did not think it was.
Oh, Amy, what is it with you, man? It's all masks, space, hand sanitizer.
I am not
You're
going.
turning into one of them.
I'm not going. It's not a good idea.
Fine, it's a free country.
Oh, come on, Ben. Are you serious?
What? Join your friendship bracelet like 2.
Man, I'm not getting any of that electric field stuff. Oh no, it's not too bad. Just have a look at the questions we did on gravity in lockdown. Do I look like I sent any questions on gravity in lockdown to you? I guess not. What the? Hey, what are you doing?
You guys, get out here, okay? I don't want you involved.
What the hell is that? You can't do that. Are you crazy?
What are you doing?
Oh shit.
You're not going to believe it, man. They've cancelled prom just because one idiot got Banksy on the wall outside. And now the school are holding it all to ransom until someone tells them who did it.
Yeah.
What's that look? Do you know something?
You're not gonna like it.
It's Ben, isn't it?
Look, I know you're not his biggest fan, right?
The biggest fan? Listen, I've got Amy coming home daily, upset with Jake and his rule breaking. We all know who's behind that. You know what? I'm glad his party's fucked. He thinks he's king of the world, and he always gets somewhere. Not this time.
Oh, come on, you're not gonna write him out, are you?
Cass, this man is everything wrong with our country. If people like him took the virus seriously, it'd be going like that.
Better one.
No, enough is enough. Or you've been struggling to work, or Amy and I have been struggling to pay for food. This man's been out partying. He's spitting in our face. I'm putting an end to it.
Oh, Jess, you all right? Is your revision, is it too hard?
It's my mum. She's in hospital. It's the last place she expected to be, but she's just been really sick lately. She didn't let us out the house for 3 months, and all it took was one man's car at the bus stop. And now we're not even allowed in to see her. She must be really scared.
Jess, I'm so sorry, I didn't even know.
The last time we saw her, we were fighting. It seems so stupid now.
I had no idea.
I'm sorry.
Jess, I'm so sorry. I didn't even know. I've got to make this right.
What the hell, man? What's it? Get out. What? Back off, man. I didn't do anything. They're talking about spelling.
I don't know what you think I did, but it wasn't me.
Not you! You turned me in after you've had them threaten to cancel prom because you wouldn't get your precious dance into precious Amy.
I'd never turn on a brother like that. I'm ashamed you think I would.
You know I never meant to hide. I mean, look at all of them. Cassidy, Edward, Jessica, Amy, all throwing their lives away out of fear of the virus. I just didn't want you to become one of them. Throw your life away.
Maybe you're right there. But they're our friends, we should be trying to help them. Not just partying because we don't have their problems. I'm not going to stand to the side anymore.
In the van with my friend, it was for freedom from myself and from the land. I made a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes.
Jake, not tonight, it's prom and just now.
I got you a job.
Really?
My mate, he's got a bar. He's desperate for staff. I told him all about you. He said you'd be perfect. It's yours if you want it.
Jake,
Look, I'm sorry for being so ignorant this whole time. I'll leave you alone.
No, stay, Jake. Thank you. I really don't know what to say.
So here we are, at the mercy of our own teachers as they sit in a room somewhere deciding our grades. And if Mrs. Finch is involved, well then, you know it can't be good. But, however uncertain the future might be, whatever they throw at us next, we'll be able to take it together.
COVID has hit young people hard in financial terms. The number of 16 to 24-year-olds in unemployment has fallen far more sharply than other age groups. A third of 18 to 24-year-olds have been furloughed or lost their main job since the beginning of the outbreak, and during the first lockdown, there were over 400,000 additional households with dependent children claiming universal credit.
For over 3/4 of young people, academic progress is what they are most worried about. Many have struggled without their own laptops and having to share, as well as lack of access to printers and broadband. Over 1 million students have had to receive education via phone. It's not only that learning time has been affected for everyone, but the gap in learning time between the rich and the poor has also increased.
Young people's trust of those in government has been badly damaged by the events of the pandemic. In an international survey of 13 to 24-year-olds, less than a fifth trusted their government with their long-term health. Even if the disease doesn't make them really ill, young people still fear that they're going to pass on the virus to vulnerable members of their family.
Families of critical workers have had to cope with an increased risk to their loved ones' safety. In January 2021, 52,000 NHS staff had been off sick with COVID, with 850 UK healthcare workers having lost their lives, as well as NHS workers, staff in social care, taxi and bus drivers, chefs and retail assistants, all faced an increased risk of sickness and death from COVID.
The most common issue for all young people has been the social impact of lockdown. For up to 77% of 8 to 24-year-olds, the disruption to friendships and relationships has been the most difficult aspect of the experience, with nearly 60% reporting feelings of loneliness and isolation.
Although the pandemic has brought challenges to each of us, we're not alone. Sometimes it feels like we're alone, sometimes it feels like what we're feeling isn't felt by anyone else. But there are people and organisations available to help. Perhaps most importantly, we can help each other by making that extra effort to be there for somebody, by being a little more understanding when someone behaves in a way that we don't expect, and by listening to people to show that we care for them.
Wow, 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 wow. Woo! That was
amazing.
Unbelievable. And I tell you something right now, we've been monitoring all of our comments through the chat, through Padlet. Throughout that performance, it was silent. When the performance finished, you just had loads of comments. So if we were in a room now, you could hear a pin drop whilst watching that piece. Speechless. So well done.
Well done, Rika. It's amazing.
And you know what's really nice? With the Now Festival, typically we usually have primary schools, secondary schools. It's really nice to get that 16 to 24-year-old voice in the Now Festival. So big well done, and thank you from us to you for bringing that representation to the Now Festival, because it is so needed. I want to say a massive well done to James Wainwright, because we need to meet you, because first of all, I think we need to get an autograph.
Yeah,
do you
definitely,
think that?
yeah.
Because all of you in that film, you're going to be making it big. So my name's Lee. This is Sophie. Remember us, please. Okay. You've gone the extra mile there. You've not only directed and written that piece, you've also created a theatre and education piece. And as I said yesterday, we are going to be touring these pieces during World Mental Health Week in October, and we've already had several comments around this piece needing to go national. And I agree, it's excellent quality, excellent message, and really quite heartwarming around. We've all felt that pull of stick to the rules, not stick to the rules, but what's so clear there is the priority during the whole pandemic is safety and to keep ourselves and our loved ones safe. And sometimes that is at the detriment to our mental health. But as you've seen there, there's things we can do to help.
And I think one thing that sort of stuck out for me in regards to statistics is that 60% of children and young people, and people in general during the pandemic, actually have felt more lonely. And something that we want to just say is that you are never alone. Please reach out. If currently you know a friend who potentially might be suffering with their mental health, feeling a little bit low, please give them a text, give them a phone call, WhatsApp them, do a FaceTime with them, because we do want to reiterate that you are never alone. We are here. We have so many positive services out there in Liverpool to help you. And what we want you to do now is we are going to go into a little mini break, a little interval. And during that interval, please connect with your friends, families. If you're sitting next to someone, give them a hug, give them a bit of a squeeze. But please just connect with people. So I just want to reiterate, thank you so much to Blue Coat. Woo! Okay guys, so we are going to have a 10-minute break, and during this interval we have some wonderful music from our young people at Noise through MYA. If you do want to learn a bit more about Noise, please tell us in the Padlet, and we can put a link up on the screen a little bit later. But enjoy your 10 minutes, go and get some snacks, get some popcorn. Yeah. Remember, tag us in a photo, because we are actually going to give a prize for the best tweet. So we want photos. I love people if they want to come with a little rap. Please tweet us and send us photo. Enjoy your interval. Bye guys.
See you in 10.
I'm kicking back, so cut the slack. We're taking Mr. Rocco to the line, shoreline. To score on Sick'em Bay, like old Miss Kiki found a way. Get to say, oh, Sick'em Bay, where dreams I made, and the skylines and waves shines over as grace. Because legends say that this our place towards those and picking cures the mind. So I seek my way to Sick'em Bay. Mrs. Kiki, which way's the way? Care to say and lead me away? Lead me away, 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 away to Sick'em Bay. Oh, sick away, sick away, sick away, away. So don't kick 'em back, so cut the slack. We're taking Mr. Rocco to the line, shoreline. So sick away on Sick'em Bay, like old Mrs. Kiki found a way. Get to say, I Sick'em Bay. No Sick'em Bay, sick away, away. No Sick'em Bay. Oh, Sick'em Bay, sick away, away. Oh, kicking back, so cut the slack. We're taking Mr. Rocco to the line, shoreline. To sick away on Sick'em Bay, like old Mrs. Kiki found a way. Get to say, oh, Sick'em Bay, sick away, away. Dreams I made, sick away, away. Skylines are made, sick away, away. Shine mind's orders grey. Sick away, away. So sick of me. And oh, sick of me, sick away, sick away. Sick away, sick away, sick away, sick away. Sick away, sick away, sick away, sick away. Sick away, sick away. Boys, go away, sick away, sick away, sick away, oh, sick of me. Sick of me. Just fade all the way. Sick away, sick away, sick away.
Let's fall out of formation, 'cause everybody wants to cry a little temptation. Would never see the likes of you, and I see eye to eye. Fire in the sky of your mind won't cool down, won't cool down. Lucifer, the sun, let's forget about the party. I've got love for everyone. The rubber cut the knife, I couldn't feel more alive in this persona confliction. We're stranger than fiction could ever mean to me. Run, run, run to the rescue, 'cause Lucy wants to fly again. She resents you. She doesn't like you looking in the eyes of honest guys who no longer believe. Don't burn out, don't burn out. Lucifer, the sun, let's forget about the party. I've got love for everyone. The rubber cut the knife, I couldn't feel more alive in this persona confliction. We're stranger than fiction could ever be to me. Lucifer, the sun, let's forget about the party. I've been sold for carry on. I'll stick with you the knife. I promise I won't cry when you live no longer.
There she was, walking down the street. When I saw her, my heart skipped a beat. Hair of gold, eyes of blue. I want to spend my life with you. I followed her for a while, just to catch a glimpse of that smile. The sun was shining from above on the day I fell in love. She's the girl that caught my eye. She
the girl that took me by surprise. Soon I'll be hers, and soon she'll be mine. She's the girl that caught my eye. She's the girl that took me by surprise. And now I'm hers, and now she's mine. So here we are, hand in hand, like waves on the sand. We've thanked the stars from above for sending us all your love.
Hey,
Hi everyone.
how's everybody doing? Oh my word, I needed a break then. Gosh, that was brilliant, that film. I feel like it was professionally made. Just to let you guys know as well, the two girls, they both got boyfriends. So, at the end of the day, autographs only. All right, so welcome back everyone. And, we've still got a little bit of time going on. We've got a couple of acts still to go, haven't we? We've also got the awards going on later on as well. So it's fantastic. I hope you're doing a lot of your writing down and sending messages to us on our
Hashtag
feeds.
on the screen now.
Yes, that's it. And our Fest Live. Put it all in there, and we've got the Padlet as well. So please make sure that you put as many things down as you possibly can, and really nice things as well that have been read already. So brilliant. All right, so what are we going to say now?
Well, I'm just going to say we've got yet another amazing piece. How fabulous has tonight been so far? I just keep getting overwhelmed and amazed by every single piece of talent tonight. We've got another one for you. Can you believe it? It's by White Pass, and all we're going to say is,
If COVID was a person, what would you say to COVID?
take it away, White Pass.
COVID-19, you have made me determined. This past year has been crazy and weird. You have changed things for me by stopping me from seeing family and friends and volunteering, and for that I'm ready for you to pack your bags and leave. But if I can take one positive thing from you, it would be I'm somewhat grateful for you making me determined to get back into work. Yours sincerely, Becca.
Dear COVID-19, you have made me feel isolated. This past year has been slow. You have changed things for me by stopping me from feeling comfortable in myself, and for that I hate you. But if I can take one positive thing from you, it will be that you have taught me how to try and learn to enjoy my own company. Yours sincerely, Eve.
Dear COVID-19, you have made me feel disconnected. This year has been very tiring.
You changed things for me by confining me to my house, and for that I despise you. But if I can take one positive thing from you, it's that you have definitely made me a lot more independent. Yours sincerely, Joel.
Dear COVID-19, you have made me feel lonely. This past year has been hard. You have changed things for me by stopping me from achieving what I wanted to, and for that I feel angry. But if I can take one positive thing from you, it would be that I now appreciate everything and everyone that I love more. Yours sincerely, Kieran.
Dear COVID-19, this past year has been absolutely traumatising. You changed things for me by giving me a diagnosis of borderline personality disorder, and for that I'm being pushed from pillar to post by the mental health services. But if I could take one positive thing from you, it would be the relationship with my CBT therapist. Yours sincerely, Scouser.
Dear COVID-19, you have made me feel lonely. This past year has been a learning experience. You changed things for me by making me lose motivation, and for that I regret the time I spent. But if I could take any positive thing from you, it would be valuing academic studies more. Yours sincerely, Kelly.
Dear COVID, you have made me feel alone a bit and bored without the groups being on. This past year has been boring. You have changed things for me by taking away my social life, but if I can take something positive from you, it would be being grateful for my friends, family, and focusing on myself. From yours sincerely, from Chloe.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
So I want you to tell me how COVID has affected your mental health.
COVID affected my mental health because I was stuck inside and I couldn't see my friends, so I felt alone and sad.
Okay. And what about you, Mr. Bean? How did COVID affect your education?
Well, I got behind on my schoolwork and I wasn't able to experience school trips, e.g. Chester Zoo, which would have been in Year 7-1, or York, because they got cancelled. And I didn't get taught in the proper classroom, so I was stuck in one classroom and I didn't get to experience labs, so I had to do theory for science. And my last reason is that I got delayed meeting my friends before we started Year 7 just because of COVID.
Okay. And what about you, Anonymous? How did COVID affect your education?
I was stuck in the classroom and it was not exciting because I was very, very bored.
Okay. And what about you, Elsa? How did COVID affect your mental health?
COVID affected my mental health because there was a lot of anxiety because all of the lessons and the homework, and it was making me feel like really worried and stuff that I haven't had anything done.
Okay. And what about you, the doctor? How did it affect you, your belonging?
It didn't really affect me in general because I'm already introverted. So I just kind of got used to it easily, and people didn't really have to look at me all day. Like I didn't have all eyes on me, and I just felt really comfortable.
Okay. And what about you, Sid the Sloth? How did it affect you in technology?
Well, I had to keep going to school online, and that was really hard, and getting used to sitting at home on my own and trying to do my lessons without other people was really hard. But I did get to keep in touch with my friends by using like FaceTime and stuff, so that was really good. at least we could still speak to each other even though we couldn't go outside.
Okay. And what about you, Lauren? What did you learn from COVID?
I learned to be patient with my teachers so they could put the lessons up.
Okay. And what about you, Mr. Bean? What did you learn from COVID?
I learned to be more like aware of like germs and diseases out there, e.g. like COVID, and like wipe things down, sanitize my hands more regularly, like even for any germ. It just really.
Okay. And what about you, Anonymous? Did you learn anything from COVID?
Yeah, I think I learned that the world's going a bit better because the deaths are going on.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about you, Elsa? What did you learn because of COVID?
I learned to spend more time with my family and to not get too excited for anything because obviously you might be not let down, but you could be let down by things.
Okay. And what about you, the doctor? What did you learn because of COVID?
I learned that your friends drift away, and you just gotta kind of put up with that because everyone just kind of leaves their friends eventually, and you just find the ones that just stick with you for literally most of your schooling.
Okay. And what about you, Sid the Sloth? What did you learn because of COVID?
I learnt not to rush around so much, and that when we've actually got loads of time, it's nice to just sit and spend time with your family at home sometimes.
To the teachers who it may concern, I'm Morgan. Before lockdown, education as an LGBTQ+ individual was difficult in many aspects. For one thing, we learn about dictators and historic people who made the world what it is today. But why can't we learn about the LGBTQ+ individuals who may have made us who we are today? We learn we should treat everyone equally for who they are, but then students in school strip away our equality, and teachers dismiss this as harmless and say it's just life. We learn all the things you think is enough, but to us it's far from enough. From personal experience, I know how tough it can be to be hated for and picked on just for who you are and what you identify as. You're ridiculed and people act like it's some sort of joke, like your identity isn't real and therefore it shouldn't be respected, but we should be treated fairly, all of us. Education during lockdown for me was easier in a way. Social media is more accepting of my identity and I'm able to block out the people who may disagree with who I am, but you can't really do that inside school. You don't have to worry about getting up in the morning and dreading that somebody is going to make a joke about who you really are, but it's nothing to joke about. As we're coming out of lockdown, my hope for the future is that all schools can be more accepting of the LGBTQ+ community. It's easy to skim past the subject and act as if that alone is enough, but putting effort to stop students from picking on us for who we are and organising lessons that are LGBTQ+ related would be enough, I think. We learn about so many things in history, so why can't we learn about the LGBTQ+ community and how it has evolved throughout history for even just one lesson? It would help those who identify differently in those classes, and it would help students who don't fully understand it all. This personally would comfort me and help me know that the education system is actually noticing the full well-being of students and not just what they think is best for the students. Acknowledging this means that you are aware of what affects the community and what things would help the community in school. Acknowledging this means you have an understanding of how LGBTQ+ students feel when they are bullied for who they are and who they love. And you acknowledge it needs to stop. With your help, it could. Yours sincerely, Morgan.
Dear previous school, you may not remember me, but I remember you. I just want you to know that, before lockdown, education as an LGBT young person was generally quite hard for me. Because of my sexuality, I was treated differently and did not have the best experience. Getting on with my education was more difficult because of the discrimination of people around me, and this made it harder for me to pursue my passions. As an LGBT young person, I believe that school should make us feel safe and allow us to express ourselves and celebrate the diversity of our identities. However, I was not free to do this without fear of discrimination and bullying. School let me down and lowered my expectations of what to expect from education as an LGBT student. I should not have to say this, but lockdown actually made my education situation easier. I did not have to put up with face-to-face discrimination and the views of others. A teacher was always there, monitoring online situations until, unlike in real life, when things were more hidden. However, some of the abuse I would normally have received in school just moved online and onto social media. They tried to make me a victim again. However, the distance from you and from them that lockdown brought helped me to get back on track with my education and inspired me to do better. I was not going to be their victim again. I then moved on to a new school who supports LGBT students and deals with situations better than you could. As we come out of lockdown and get back to school, I want you to know my hopes for the future. That LGBT plus students can feel safe and are able to talk about and express their feelings. At school that teach about LGBT plus issues and history so there is more understanding and less ignorance. That young people who are unsure about their sexuality or gender feel free to express and explore this without fear. That schools recognise and support their LGBT plus students and recognise the need for LGBT plus groups in school. You have time to change and to shape a better future for all LGBT students. And this needs to start with us feeling safe and accepted so we can get on with our education. For LGBT students who enjoy school, it is you that needs to change, not us. Our sexuality and gender is not something that you need to see as different. We should be seen as part of your community. We are free to love and be whom we want, and you cannot take that away from us. We will not hide ourselves anymore to try to fit into your society, but we ask that you help us to see a rainbow of diversity in the future where we are able to find our own place to shine. Yours sincerely, member of Gyro LGBT plus Youth.
Hi, my name's Meg and I work here at YPAS. At YPAS, we deliver a wide range of therapeutic and support interventions to address the mental health and emotional well-being difficulties of children, young people, parents, carers and families. We deliver our services across our 3 hubs, North, South and the city centre. Our one-to-one support is currently being delivered face-to-face or virtually. We also have a wide range of open access groups for all ages and LGBTQ+. These are being delivered virtually for the time being. We also deliver services across GPs in schools. We have our seedling services in primary schools, our wellbeing clinics in secondary schools, and our primary care liaison service in GPs. So, for more information on how to make a referral, please go to our website. Thank you for listening.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I honestly, I listened to every single word that everyone in YPAS had to say then. How amazing was that?
So good.
And, first of all, thank you because, we're working and celebrating a city that's full of diversity, and how boring would this world be if we were all the same? And one big message we've got from our young people there is it's us that need to change as professionals, parents and carers, as communities, not them. It's about us being more aware, us being more inclusive, and actually, young people are asking us for really basic human rights. They want to feel safe, they want to feel included, and they want to be able to feel safe when expressing their emotions. They are human rights that they are entitled to. So there's so much more we can be doing as a city to, one, listen to our young people, our LGBT community, and do something about it. Now, if you are a school watching today, there is something that you can do around being more LGBT plus inclusive. So YPAS are leading on something called the Rainbow Flag Award, and your school can get in touch with YPAS to sign up to it. And it's a quality assurance framework which has got a whole school approach to LGBT plus inclusion, and it's available to all primary schools, secondary schools and colleges. So please get involved for more information. It's a fantastic framework to have at your school, and ultimately enables our young people in school to feel safe, included, and to express their emotions. And as you've just heard, that is what our young people are asking for. And actually, it's not a lot. It's not a lot what they want from us. And what we are going to ask is if there are any young people out there, if you want to write your own Dear COVID letter, if there's something you want to say about COVID, something you want to say to our government, you are the next generation. What is your catalyst for change? What do you want to see more of since, from the pandemic? How can we make it all better? What do you want to say? Write a letter. You can email it to us. You can drop it into reception and we will send it on for you. So you do your own Dear COVID letter. Have your say, because Article 12 of the UNCRC is you've got a right to have your say as young people. So we actually do a programme as well, don't we? Actually, that'll be good for schools.
Yes, we also do a programme that focuses on our children's right to feel safe, included, have an identity free from discrimination, and it's called MVP. It's our Mentors and Violence Prevention Programme. So if you do have any secondary schools out there who want to learn a little bit more, please drop me an email. Hopefully somebody from our team can put my email address here. I feel like Anson Deck right now. It's not a phone number, it's an email. But it's a programme and it's around us educating young people in schools. There we go, love it, teamwork. Educating young people in schools and how can we, as mentors, so the young people, how can the young people prevent violence within their school? And it's giving those children, young people, a voice. And I think it's so ripe at the moment, and we're so passionate about the programme, and something like this to give our children a voice and be able to feel safe within their community, free from discrimination. That is something that we are so proud of, and thank you so much to YPAS again. Mm-hmm. So linking this all in with the rights of our children, we now have another guest piece from our wonderful young people from King's Leadership, St. Francis, and also we have some other special guests from our team. So please enjoy this film.
So how have our rights been affected as children and young people during the COVID-19 pandemic?
How has this impacted our physical and mental health? And more importantly, is there anyone listening to what we're trying to say?
We have a right to be heard and a right to receive honest information. But sometimes the information being provided to us can just be so confusing.
Often, we are being blamed by the media for the increase in transmission through schools and colleges, but we're not given the opportunity to voice our opinions.
I guess young people are an easy target, and everyone knows the way we're portrayed on the media is not always fair and balanced.
Alongside rights go responsibility, and many young people take this aspect seriously. Many engage in voluntary work focusing on aspects of the environment, community and mentoring projects. Us young people want to be part of the solution to some of the problems this world has.
We have a
right to learn and take part in our education, but as schools, colleges and universities continue to close and year groups are sent home to self-isolate to keep us safe, we revert back to homeschooling, and our education has suffered because of this.
Those who took their GCSE and A-levels last year faced weeks of stress and anxiety, awaiting their results which had been taken onto their hands. Here we are again facing the exact same problems with equal levels of uncertainty.
Our teachers and lecturers are really trying to embrace the new technology, and we do appreciate this, but the virtual lessons just aren't the same, as there's very little interaction and we feel like we're being left behind.
Children with disabilities who require support from services have had this taken away from them due to the global pandemic. This has not only had a huge impact on the young person themselves, but also their family members.
And with that support being taken away, parents and carers are no longer receiving their short breaks to have some time to themselves, of course. This having potential impacts on their mental well-being.
Some families are also shielding, which has added further pressure onto them. As young people have been unable to attend school, and they're falling through the gaps. Sometimes, when you have a disability, access to virtual learning proves difficult, as children and young people may need sensory-based interventions to support their learning, meaning this support cannot be replicated online.
Young people need to be able to release their energy through sport and physical activity, but for some young people with a disability, they may not have the suitable or safe space to burn off their excess energy. So do you think there is enough opportunities to have meaningful consultants with children and young people who have a disability?
Some of us were unable to attend services at our local mosque during the pandemic. This was hard because the mosque was a place where we could relax, unwind and see our friends within the community.
However, all the relatives face barriers to access this because they're not as tech savvy as us.
Our religious leaders encourage children and young people during the pandemic to help the community by delivering food parcels to those vulnerable.
We have the right to relax and play. For many children and young people, schools offer the only opportunity to take part in physical activities through PE and after-school clubs. But through the impact of the pandemic, we have lost this.
We would usually go to socialise and enjoy recreational activities are no longer accessible. This virus has taken away our right to see our friends and participate in groups and clubs. This has made some of us feel worried, as this is where we bonded with our trusted adults, making us have days where we don't feel like leaving our bedrooms, let alone our houses.
Being able to see a doctor, that's if there is one, has been challenging. GP appointments are difficult to get, and dentists are only offering emergency appointments. Although healthcare is accessible, it's not always available.
Yet an area of improvement can be seen in the accessibility for online sessions and appointments within children and young people's mental health services through CAMS partners COOF and Young Mind Crisis Manager Services.
We have a right to a good standard of living, but with thousands of jobs at risk and parents and carers dealing with stressful financial burdens, many young people's physical, mental, spiritual and social development is inadequate. How will this affect our long-term development?
Well, as summer beckons, another wave of young people are having to leave schools, colleges and universities. We're not feeling as confident as we did before all of this happened, but one thing's for sure, we're going to have to fight against more people than usual so we can get our place in the working society.
This pressure has led to a concerning decrease in young people's self-esteem. No one will have our skills and abilities scrutinised and compared with others.
The government has offered financial support packages for businesses and individuals, but many people have fallen through the cracks. This crisis has taken its toll on many people just trying to earn a living.
The delay in receiving universal credit payment means that some families do not have enough money to live on.
Families throughout the city are now relying on food banks until the government changed the decision on free school meals, thanks to Marcus Rashford. Without his help, thousands of children and young people would have been going hungry during the holidays, despite the fact we were allowed to ask for help if we are struggling financially.
Food and heating, poverty, infant mortality rates and COVID-19 death rates are all huge social injustices, which can cause incredible mental distress. Is it right that so many children go without when we're told that we're a wealthy country?
Some of the impacts COVID-19 has had on vulnerable children and young people can go undetected. We have a right for protection from substance misuse, but child criminal exploitation has increased with activities such as county line networks, adapting to overcome lockdown restrictions. Liverpool has one of the largest footprints outside of London for drug trafficking outside of town.
When children and young people endure trauma, there should be proper facilities in place in order to help them. Meaning all schools and services should be properly informed so they can adequately help them.
See you later. Schools can help by practicing a no blame, no shame culture and to help us be more resilient.
There are times when you feel so resilient. You know, when you feel so good you can tackle anything coming your way.
I know we had all of our rights taken away from us during the COVID-19 pandemic. And in some ways, we are being supported, but in others, we are being forgotten.
Let us know your thoughts using the hashtag MyMentalHealthCovid19 on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter.
That was brilliant. Thank you, St Francis of Assisi and King's Leadership, telling all the young people what their rights are. How many rights are there, Kay?
We've got 42.
42 rights, and that just reminds me, we did this about 4 years ago, and it's still all around us. It's all about your rights. And just to let you also know, we have got some free posters. Anybody that wants to find out a little bit more, or that's looking to push out this child-friendly city of Liverpool, we've got these free posters here that you can just come and pick up. So please help yourselves. Help yourselves. All right, so we are nearing the end of our little show, and I've just remembered how tiring this all gets because we are absolutely shattered. But it's been a fantastic show. The performances that have been on have been absolutely amazing. And we're going to go all the way back to 3 years ago, when we talked about my education, my mental health. And that was 3 years ago. Now we've got a different little slant on it, looking through that COVID lens again.
So here's our next guest piece, and it's by the fabulous St Julie's. It's looking at education. Let us know your experience in the Padlet around education, COVID and the pandemic. Positive or negative, we'd love to hear your voice. Take away, St Julie's.
School life looks very different during a global pandemic. Regardless of what stage of education you're at, from primary to university, one thing's for sure, it's not the same.
I was in year 6 when schools closed for the first time. I missed out on having a prom, saying goodbye to my friends and get my teachers signed on the last day. It wasn't what I imagined leaving primary school would be like.
It was hard finishing year 11, the way we did. I was starting a new college in the September, and I feel like I missed out on saying a proper goodbye to my friends and thanking staff for everything they had done for me.
It's difficult being at home. I've got 2 sisters and 1 brother, so we've been taking turns sharing laptops. Sometimes that means working late, just so I could submit my schoolwork in on time.
I think we're really lucky with the technology we have. Imagine a lockdown without FaceTime or Netflix. What would we have done? I can't wait to see family and friends again. But in the meantime, keeping in touch is important. I like learning from home. I'll be honest, it's a relief to be away from all the anxiety that sometimes comes from school. No image pressure, no friendship issues. I just get to be me.
Being in school this year has been unpredictable. There's been so many changes, and there's always that fear that your year group bubble could be sent home at any moment.
Homeschool is definitely a new way of working. Our teachers have been really supportive, and I'm extremely grateful to have my mum working from home, so she can help me if I need it. But, of course, she's not always up for it, because there's just so many pressures, aren't there?
School's my safe place. I know as a teenager, you're supposed to moan about school, but when your home's as chaotic as mine, it really is my escape. I know this won't be a popular opinion, but when exams were cancelled, I was really upset. I wanted the chance to put all my revision and hard work to the test. With the removal of exam pressure, it was just replaced with the anxiety of what grades I'll get.
I was excited to start secondary school. Learn new lessons, meet new people, join new clubs. But it's not the same when you're stuck in the one room all day. It's like primary school all over again.
I stayed in school throughout lockdown and it's been really good for me. My mum and dad are key workers, so I would have been home alone, and I know I would have found it difficult to keep on top of all my schoolwork. So going to school's been a good focus.
Everything that has been going on has made me really anxious and really down. It seems like there is only ever bad news and I can't switch off from it.
I started uni in September, but I don't really feel like I've had the experience that I deserve. I know it's the way things have to be at the moment, and I understand that. I just wish I could have attended lectures in real life rather than on a screen in my bedroom. I haven't paid all this money for that.
I found it hard to motivate myself, and I've got into bad habits. I've been going to bed late every night and sleeping through my alarm the next day. I just can't seem to get back into a routine, which is having a huge impact on my learning because I just can't seem to wake up for the lessons anymore.
I think I've learned a lot during lockdown. It's given me opportunities to be independent, and I've tried working things out before asking my teacher. It's made me more resilient, and I've tried to keep as positive as I can.
During lockdown, my mum was furloughed, and even though she told me not to worry, it was hard not to. We were lucky enough to get food vouchers off school. I think without them, we would have really struggled.
I live with my dad, and he's not very well. We've been shielded most of the time. It was the worst over summer when everyone was meeting up, having sleepovers. As a family, we've tried to protect him, yet I'm missing out on so much. It's hard and I feel like I'm being left out.
I think a positive that has come from all of this is that people seem more open to talk about how they feel. Hopefully that's something we can take away from this, opening up about mental health and not feeling like it's something we should hide.
So, whatever your experience of education during COVID-19, why not share it with us? Open up, talk, and we will listen.
Let us know your thoughts using hashtag MyMentalHealthCovid-19 on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.
Oh, do you know, we are so lucky that we get to work with you all. St. Julie's, a big hello, big shout out to you all. Thank you for being our guests on that film. Thank you also, we have to give a shout out to Alice Douglas.
Well done, Alice. Smashing it.
Honestly, we see some of those young people in that film and we remember you when you were this big, and it was our first Now Fest, and you are Now Fest through and through. So big thank you to you all. Now, I love this film because actually, you know, we do a lot of work with young people in schools, and we know actually the sort of uproar it's caused, COVID, and the sort of lack of routine. You think you're getting to grips with one thing and then another thing comes. So we just want to say, one, we recognise how resilient you've all been. Two, a big shout out to your teachers as well, and to staff members, so all the youth clubs, all the settings working with young people, because without you guys working behind the scenes, being adaptable, being resilient, sometimes fulfilling, you know, young people's cups before our own, yous are amazing. The fact that you've kept the wheels spinning, we're nearly there, and so just keep going. And a big thank you to you all for still providing that education for our young people throughout a pandemic. Yous are amazing. So we have our final piece, and I am in the mood to boogie.
Okay, guys, so our final piece is from the wonderful Sandfield Park, and they are looking at how has COVID impacted them through rap, spoken word. We've got a lot of music. So this is our last piece. We want you up and boogieing, because we know that when we dance, we get these happy things that rush through our body called endorphins and will make us feel so much better. And you will see us dancing a little bit. So get up, take video, tag us, and let's enjoy our last film. Let's go!
From Sandfield Park School, or the Centre for Education and Past Paintings. We hope you enjoy it.
Hi, we have created a song and video to show our feelings over the last year.
When lockdown happened, we all had to hide away. No one knew how long the nasty virus would stay. We've got to keep our distance, at least 2 meters apart. No more face to face, but what of hurt in our hearts. We have all been lonely and scared, feelings that we have all said. Even though we are not in the same room, we are all connected and thoroughly zoomed.
Deja vu's caller ID, bring me her years about me. Through the windows we can see, rainbow signs and empty streets.
Furloughs filling me with dread, desk and chair to zoom from bed. Unsure of this whole new norm, I'd rather stay at home instead. I don't know how I'm feeling, I think I feel alright. I'm busy doing nothing, from morning until night.
Lockdown, lockdown, how many more? Cranks all dropping off the shop at my door. Lockdown, lockdown, how many more? How many more? How many more? Lockdown, lockdown, how many more? Cranks all dropping off the shop at my door. Lockdown, lockdown, how many more? How many more? How many more?
Frontline makes us safe, gives us vaccines we will take to intervene the disease and make us safe. I wish this virus was fake.
Captain Tom walked 100 miles and made a nation full of smiles. Software left with empty aisles, TikTok streaming, dancing on the tiles.
We all feel proud, connecting with community. Together we send out tear and happiness and unity. You're home but not alone. We're sending our love through in a lovely card to let you know we're thinking of you.
Welcome back to life, welcome back together. Welcome back to life, welcome back together. Welcome back to life, welcome back together. Welcome back to life, welcome back together.
We look forward to the future. We are looking bright to all the things we have missed that make us feel alright.
We'll go back to everything and meet outside with friends. Everybody's smiling when this lockdown ends.
We'll get back to the fair, on a Thursday ride. Living our house up here, makes life my heart hard.
Shops will be back open, loads of clothes to buy. We'll be able to give people hugs when we say hi.
Give me off a hot day. Where the weather's bad. See me off on your bed. Stay up just online.
We'll go out to restaurants. We'll sit and dine. When we all get back together, it is party time.
Welcome back together. Welcome back to life. Welcome back together. Welcome back to life. Welcome back together. Welcome back to life. Welcome back together.
Nearly different tiers and all body teams. So we're all back full of joy and not staring at screens. We've all learned new skills from our buildings to see how to make a play for bread and learning how to tunes.
So I'll be bringing cake, and you can sing a song when we all get back together, dancing all night long.
Welcome back to life. Welcome back together. Welcome back to life. Welcome back together. Welcome back to life. Welcome back together. Welcome back to life. Welcome back together.
Welcome back together. Welcome back to life. Welcome back together.
Can we just say massive shout out to Liam from Sanfield Park and for Harry?
Well done, Harry.
Right, guys, are we ready for our awards? It is award time. And the way that this is going to work is that everybody will win an award because we are all winners. So we're going to have a PowerPoint on the screen. And Kate, do you want to tell what's going to happen in October? Yes, so we have got a really important announcement for you. Come October for Mental Health Week, we are taking you on tour. And we are physically going to be coming to your schools and we are going to give you your special awards in person and we can't wait to see you all. And we want you to perform your performances for your school or for your local community and let's spread this message because the message you've given over the last 2 nights is priceless and we can do so much with it. So can't wait for that. Hope you guys are excited too. Should we get cracking with the awards?
Yes.
Let's go. Okay.
Get them up.
Woo.
We ready for the drum rolls?
Okay, guys. So awards for Thursday, 8th of July, now 2021. Let's go. Okay, our first award, the most inspirational award, goes to. Okay, our second award, which is the major comedy award, goes to. Say President! Okay, next one. I think we can all guess who this one's going to. The awards for the most enthusiasm. The awards for the most enthusiasm and uplifting to others goes to. Okay, our next award is for the best. So the award for best cinematic experience goes to.
Yep.
Come on! Come on! Amazing. I don't know if anyone else felt they were at the movies. I did. Okay, next one. Really important one. The Voice of the Child and Young Person Award goes to. Come on.
Now.
Yes!
the awards. Like we said, you are all winners. We are sweating. It's very warm here. There's a lot of energy in here. So what we want to do for our final thing, okay, we've got 2 things. Number 1, if everybody remembers their raw number, the raw rainbow. In the chat, in the Padlet, please let us know what number you're feeling. And we're going to show you on our hands what number we are feeling. Fabulous. Okay. So just a few thank yous before we go. Thank you, number 1. Thank you for your parents for allowing you and your carers for allowing you to watch this. Number 2, your teachers and youth workers, thank you so much. And we just want to say a massive thank you to the young people. But last but not least, our backstage people. We've got our wonderful Francesca. We've got our fabulous manager Damien. And then we've also got Kath, which is So before we finish, we are going to do a little boogie. So we've got a fun song. We want you to get up. This is a song from our young people, I think from last night. Keith, you're going to like this one? Yes, Keith, get up. We know you want to dance, Keith. We want you to get up, boogie, and have a wonderful evening. And thank you so much, guys.
This continue, ex-advisor, gonna terrorize ya. Even one of us, but the candles burning like we all have. We didn't want the virus, helping families, building communities, creating stories. Good old Captain Tom must have walked a marathon, so many loved ones missed, now they're gone. Painted rainbows, messages full of hope. Stay strong, carry on, all of this won't be for long. We didn't want the virus, but the candles burning like we all had. We didn't want the virus, but we'll carry on until the days are gone. Swabs and testing, new normality. NHS cracking tricks, coverings on our face. High-tech, new cop, have a few days off. Isolate and don't mix, stay in with your weeks. Kids go back to school, curfews overruled. Counting the days till June, make plans but not too soon. Meeting with your friends, big hugs that never end. Lots of happy tears, oh what a crazy year. We didn't want the virus, but the candles burning like we always had. We didn't want the virus, but we'll carry on until the days are gone. We didn't want the virus, but the candles burning like we always had. We didn't want the virus, but we'll carry on until the germs are gone. We didn't want the virus, but the candles burning like we always had. We didn't want the virus, but we'll carry on until the germs are gone.
Well, that was good.